Welcome to the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast with host Jacqueline Burke. On today's episode, we are interviewing Ryan from Maple Leaf Roadhouse BBQ.
Welcome to the podcast, Ryan. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I've been looking forward to this actually. Um, Lots to talk about with markets and business and everything. So, my first question for you is, what is the name of your business?
We have two actually technically,
Oh,
but they
good.
work together. We work together in both. So the
Yeah.
primary business is Maple Leaf Roadhouse BBQ, and we also have Two Donna's sauces, which is
Oh,
a
good.
tribute to both our mothers, actually, my wife and my mother-in-law and my mother, who were both named Donna. So the little
Oh, nice.
caricatures on our
Oh,
labels are actually them.
oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That's cool. So the
yeah.
inspiration obviously came from the two Donnas.
Yeah, it was unfortunately both of them are no longer with us, but it was a way to pay tribute to our moms who tend to be the first people to introduce you to cooking and, recipes and
Yeah.
things like that. And your grandmas, right?
Yeah,
So,
right on. Oh,
yeah.
that's cool. So you have your business and you also attend markets, is that correct?
Yes, yes, we do sell our sauces and now our spice rubs as well too, at the markets as well.
Oh, good. So when did you
Yeah.
get started doing markets?
Would have been about 2.5 years ago, roughly. And I love them. Don't get me wrong. As you can tell,
Yeah.
I'm not a very introverted person. So it was nice to be able to get out and talk to everybody and get the product out there and explain it because it is unique in the sense that we are one of the few celiac safe. That's what we specialize in
Okay.
is celiac safe options because my wife is celiac. That's why we started the
Okay.
business actually.
Oh, good.
And so yeah, so it gives you an opportunity to kind of get out there and chat and even people who don't like it or not like it, I should say, don't have to worry about the celiac or gluten free. uh we tell them like it still tastes good. So
Yeah.
it's like you get a good option, but so it really has helped that, that way. And a big proponent of us getting into that was the mom market in Red Deer. They were a phenomenal support. They always have been with small businesses. Just as an example, there's others too, but that one comes to mind right away.
Yeah.
Um, because that's who we started with until we could get like to go on the shelves. Wow, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a
It's a
lot of
lot of
paper.
work.
Oh,
Yeah.
and we did it, but wow, was it ever a lot? So it was nice that we could at least, get our product, get the word out before we had to, spend an ungodly amount of money. So,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Brandy's fantastic, eh?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Probably one of the best, I would say.
Yeah, right on. Um, so what's the first question someone asks you when they come up to your table at a market?
Um, sorry, it's kind of breaking up here. It might be on
Sure.
my end. I apologize. Oh, there you go. Okay. So can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Sure, no worries. So what's one of the questions that you're asked on a regular basis when someone comes up to your table about your product?
It's kind of funny. There's usually a couple. It depends on the person.
Yeah.
If it's, the person that they're not even sure what to expect, they just that, I've got a really neat looking label and of course me, I'm larger than life. I'm a pretty big guy, and so I'm always standing up when I'm at the table. So the first thing they'll come over is, one group of people will be like, "Well, what is all this?
Yeah.
What do you have?" Yeah. I mean, there's signs everywhere, but everyone's like, "What do
Yeah.
you got?" And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
which I actually appreciate the curiosity because they do want to know. They came up to your booth and they do want to know. And then there's the other people because we have sugar-free options. And again, the
Oh,
celiac
great.
safe. Yeah, we have four options that are sugar-free but don't taste sugar-free.
Yeah.
Um, And so people will see that on my buzzword sign, and they'll come right over like, oh my God, this is
Yeah.
celiac safe, this is sugar free, I have to try it, right? And so it's two varying responses, but I love both. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
So we want to ask vendors their experience at markets and like some of the positive um, experiences and experiences that you feel our listeners should hear
Mhm.
so that they're aware in case they want to start doing markets.
I think with markets, there's a lot of advice I learned a lot too. Like I
Oh,
mean,
more
I knew
advice, the
nothing.
better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I mean, trial by fire, and
Yeah.
um, so first thing I would say, if you're going to be a vendor, go walk the markets, go see what's
Yeah.
out there. Are you a good fit? Because that's something you have to consider. Like, is your product a good fit? It may be awesome.
Yeah.
Or you might see five different vendors of the same thing or whatever at that market. So that gives you an idea, what do I need to do to stand out? Like, what's going to make me different from these other vendors that are similar?
Right.
Um, and then I also take note, and this is how I improved my booth setup, for example, is what looks really nice. And I would go up
Yeah.
to the vendors, say, are you okay if I take a picture of this? Because I don't want to look like a weirdo just
Yeah.
taking pictures of their booth. And I would explain why. And I'll be honest with you, it's such a good community.
Oh,
It's right. It's very rare you're getting that person that doesn't fit in, and if they do, they don't usually come back.
yeah.
Um, but everybody supports each other. I think that's my favorite, to be honest, out of
Yeah.
everything. Um, and we'll post about each other, we'll follow each other, we'll support
Oh,
each other. There's some
that's
vendors that
good.
yeah, that will go, and instead of
Yeah.
changing money, we exchange products.
Nice.
Yeah. The other thing I would suggest for people that are getting into it is start small. Don't be afraid. Ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Again, there's that community. But make a list of what went well, what
Yeah.
didn't go well,
Yeah.
right? And you'll improve so much in such a short time. Like for us, for right now, like we've been in markets, I said 2.5 years there.
Yeah.
As of 2 months ago, we're now in stores, and
Nice.
yeah, so that was part of the ungodly amount of money I was talking about, but it was
Yeah.
worth it. So, um, yeah, I think I honestly I love the market feel. That's we do a lot of other things too on top of that, like we cater, we do meal prep, so we're
Oh,
busy.
wow.
But I love doing markets. I'm going to be honest, they're one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Um, and there's a few that I always stick with, and we mentioned Brandy in the mom market. She is probably hands down one of the best out there, as far as organizing,
Oh, yeah.
doing all kinds of advertising and socials, and yeah, she's really good that way.
Yeah. Right on. You mentioned community, and like I've been a vendor and I've also been a market host in the past, and it is a whole community within a community, isn't it?
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Like, and I think it's important for our listeners, I mean, if they're considering being a vendor or they're a vendor already, is that the importance of networking and
Yes.
doing that trade with your products because that
Hmm.
creates your review for one,
Yeah.
like that they can post, referrals, all that kind of thing. Uh, do you
100%.
find do you find that has helped with referrals and reviews for you?
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
Yeah,
150%. Yes.
yeah,
For example, not too long ago, we had a market that, well, you always want to make back your table. That's the minimum,
yeah,
right? Like whatever you
yeah,
paid, you want to make that back.
yeah.
And we did that. We always do fairly well at markets. However, this was one of the slowest we've had in a long time. But one of the other vendors, we were talking, and she was newer, so she's a little disappointed. And I said, "Look, I get it, but think about this.
Yeah.
how many conversations did you have today? How many
Yeah.
cards did you hand out? Right. I said, you're planting seeds. Like, they're not
Oh,
always going to
yeah.
grow right away, but they're not going to forget you. If they were interested, they're
Yeah.
going to come back, or they're going to be like, hey, I saw this person and they had this. And that's all you really do, is you get that networking, you get the word out, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's so cool. I know it's hard, like when every market host has experienced a slow market,
yep,
you know,
yep,
and you're trying so hard to help your vendors and to, it's okay, like it's about networking too,
yeah,
and getting it out there because that actually ends up being more valuable,
yeah,
than a
oh yeah.
said sometimes than a market day. It's the long-term goal.
I've had conversations with people that all of a sudden come to fruition like 6 months later, and that
Yeah.
you didn't even remember it, and they're like, remember I met you at the market and we
Yeah.
talked about this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I totally remember that. And I'm like, don't know if I remember that, but continue.
Yeah. Yeah.
You try, right? You try,
Yeah.
and but you have so many conversations that, but it just resonates what we were talking about, that it you, how do I put it? Like, it's your return on investment, or ROI.
Right.
That they, we love our acronyms in the businesses,
Yeah.
but that's really what it is. And um, I also joined a networking group about 4 months ago for all small businesses in Red
Oh,
Deer, and
good.
it's literally what their whole thing is. I mean, I can say it here. If you want to cut it out, that's fine.
No,
But
no.
yeah, it's called BNI, and it's all
Okay.
around here.
Yeah.
Um, and we meet once a week. We have lessons learned. We do weekly asks. And at first I thought, is this like a pyramid thing?
Oh,
And
yeah.
and I actually turned it down twice before I finally went on the third time. And then I sat there and I was like, wow. And this is like a market, right? It's the same thing. You're around a community of people that just really want to see you do well,
Yeah.
and they want to
Oh,
help
yeah.
you, and
Yeah.
vice versa. Like, you want to help them. And so it was really neat. And I thrive in a situation like that, where you're around like-minded people, people that are, maybe more successful than you at that moment in their life, but they were
Right.
also where you were, right? And
Right.
so you
Yeah.
can learn a lot. You can learn a
Oh,
lot.
that's
And so,
perfect. Yeah. No, it's important to get out there and be part of any groups that you can in order to grow your business, you know?
yep,
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so I need to ask you about meal prep.
Sure,
Yes.
absolutely.
Everybody needs that. I know I could use that right now.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
busy. My life
Well,
took off.
it's funny. It would have been about a month ago. It just kind of, it's, again, this is the networking.
Yeah.
It's not that I actually used to have a fitness coach back in the day. I could probably use one again, to be honest with you, but
Oh, me too.
because I just keep,
Oh,
everybody says fitness. I'm like, yeah, I keep fitting this Reese peanut butter cup in my mouth, so that's the problem, right?
yeah.
They
Oh,
migrate
man.
into my mouth, right? So,
Oh.
um, but that being said, like, I understand the importance of specific weighing of meals and stuff. So rewind about a month or so ago, it was actually on the Red Deer Rant and Raves. It was one of the local business owners here at Torque Fitness, Jason Botel, and somebody said, hey, does anybody do meal prep? And somebody, like a friend of mine's, tagged and said, hey, you should check this guy out. He makes the best chicken ever.
Oh, wow.
And so I have a process to make. Again, I've been cooking since I was nine
Yeah.
years old,
Oh,
nine, ten
yeah,
years.
right on. Yeah.
So a lot of trial and error. Um,
Yeah, oh
and so
yeah.
I have a process to cook chicken breast that keeps it moist. There's no junk in it. Like, it's just the way you do it.
Yeah.
And so he was like, all right, well, we'll give it a shot. He said, I need so many grams of chicken, so many grams of rice, so many grams of veggies. So I did it. I put it all together for him. And I have these little stickers that I made up for him, and I put it
Yeah.
on the top with his name and, you know,
How
everything he
neat.
wanted. And I dropped them off, and then I gave him some samples of our sauces too, because of they're so clean. And he
Yeah.
came back that night and he texted me and he said, "I don't know what kind of sorcerer you are,
Oh,
but this is the absolute best chicken breast I have ever had in my life. It's even good cold."
oh,
Right?
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's been more that have come out of that. So anyway, that's what we've got. So I've been actually, because we're seeing interest, I'm now putting a menu together
Oh,
that is like a kind of like a 3 or 4 tier menu. Like, here's the 2 proteins you can pick,
yeah.
your 2 starches, and
Oh,
then
cool.
yeah, and they range anywhere from $10 to $15 a meal, depending on how much you're getting and what you're getting. So
Okay. And what
yeah,
areas would that be available in? Just Red Deer or
depends where you're at. Where are you
yeah.
located?
Oh, I'm in BC right now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Might be a little
Well,
logistics there.
well, I can do, and you know what? If you want to try it, I'll try something for you at no charge. I'll send
Oh,
you something and I'll see if I can do it. Because I do, so again, we specialize in a lot of other things, but barbecue
yeah.
is obviously one of the things we
Nice.
do. So I'll smoke up a brisket or pulled
Oh,
pork or
nice.
chicken, and then I put it in I vacuum seal it and then freeze it.
Yeah.
So that might be something I could send you a couple things and, try it.
I would love it, but I'll tell you what, we're going to be in the area probably in March.
Okay,
March. So maybe we'll hook up there and then we can.
sure,
Oh, I'd
sure.
love to. Yeah, that's great. I'm
Yeah, just
excited.
I can send me well, I got your email, so I'll email you
Yeah.
my menu and then you can kind of like at least the
Yeah.
catering menu, and you can get an idea because it's gone really well. Like, again,
Yeah.
this was a complete off shift. No complaints,
Yeah.
no complaints, but it's a good example of, you know, one conversation, one seed, whatever, and then all of a sudden you're in a completely different direction that you weren't thinking you would go. But we love it. It's great.
Oh, yeah. How handy to like, what's funny is there's still 24 hours in the day, but
Hmm.
people have become busier.
Yes, 100%.
And to have meal prep
Hmm.
is like it's a staple in people's lives, like
Yep.
you just need that because like even our days are like my husband and my daughter, they go from job site to job site to job, and then I'm busy running 3 businesses, and it's
Yep.
like I haven't even cooked yet. And they're gonna be,
Yep. Yep.
so
Yep.
man, yeah, that's good for you. That's excellent. I'm glad you're doing that. I know it'll be extremely successful for you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're loving it. Honestly, it's
I
been,
bet.
and we get the kids involved, and the other reason why we started this business too, is there's 2 main reasons. One was because every time we went out with my wife, like if we tried to have a date night, she would get
Yeah.
cross contaminated every single time. It
Oh,
didn't matter where we went.
oh,
And I also have a special needs son. He's autistic, so
okay.
one of the things as we learned going in the community of the autism families, parents as they get older are they're terrified because they learn different.
Yeah.
They can come across as different, and so it's hard for them to get jobs. And I said, well, you know what? We'll start hiring neurodivergent people, and
Oh,
and
good.
so yeah, so we do. So when I
Right on.
cater, I have 3 actually that one of the 3 will come and join me.
Hmm.
And I have one young man who's autistic. He's 15 right now, and he is phenomenal. Like, he has worked
Yeah.
with me now for a couple years, here and there. Again, it's piecework.
Yep.
Um, but he never forgets. He's super reliable. Once
Yeah.
he gets it locked in, he's got it.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, super proud of him. And that's what I hope for my son because he's only 9 right now.
Okay.
that as he gets older, that either he'll come work with us or somebody will give him an equal chance that if he's interested in something, whatever that may
Right.
be. So,
Yeah. Oh, I have a
yeah.
feeling he'll want to work with his parents.
Well, we get them involved now. When we put the stickers
Yeah.
on the bottles, they help.
Oh,
And
nice. Oh,
they
that's
love
good.
it.
So
Yeah.
tell me about the catering that you do. Is it
So
large or small, medium size?
kind of all of the above. The largest one we've done was approximately 300 people. So that was
Oh,
pretty big
wow.
for us. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
10 I had to cook 10 briskets.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, luckily I got a big
Uh,
smoker now that I've
yeah.
invested in the summer. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
I don't know how we would have done it, man.
Yeah.
I would have been knocking on my neighbor's door. Can I borrow your
Yeah.
oven?
Yeah.
Um, so it really depends. We'll do as small as 10 to 20 people, depending on what it
Okay.
is. Um, I'll do weddings because I, I mean, it's easy for me to say, but you can read the reviews. Like we're
Yeah.
extremely professional and easy to deal with.
Yeah.
And so we take a lot of that pressure off,
Okay.
especially getting married. Like if you've been married, you
Yeah.
get it. Like you
Oh,
get it.
yeah.
Or if you've been involved in it, it's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a call. Actually, this is something I never ever heard of. I got to tell you this story. So this just
Okay.
happened in August. I got a email out of the blue. This girl, I guess she did a search. She was so good, and dream client is what I'm saying is, and
Oh,
and
right
she
on.
she said, "Would you have any availability on this Saturday?" And I was like, "Geez, I'm already double booked. Like, I've got a catering job that they're coming to pick up in the morning, and then I was doing a market, plus I
Oh,
was
my.
cooking at that market,
Oh,
and then in the evening, and I don't know if you know where Nordegg is from Red Deer. It's like
oh,
an hour and 50 minutes from Red Deer. So I'm like,
oh,
holy
wow.
crap. And I said, well, I'm double booked already that day. I'm like, well, what's going on? Because she sounded urgent. She said, my caterer just pulled out. It was 2 weeks before the wedding.
Oh, my gosh.
I was like,
Nightmare.
who does that? And I said,
Yeah.
anyway, long story short, I said, well, if you can eat a little later in the evening, like around 6:30, I can probably do it. And I did it.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so it was a busy day. I
I
was just like
bet.
there and there and there and there. But at, that's just what we're all about is right, is like helping where we can. We're about community. Again, it comes back to
Yeah.
community. We also do a lot of cooking for people in need. We just don't post
Yeah.
about it on
Right.
socials. But like we'll donate and bring meals to the homeless. We'll
Oh, that's nice.
hospice, things like that.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald House. We do a lot of that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But
Oh, my
again,
God.
yeah, we just don't post about it, right? Because we're like, hey, we're just doing it to do it, and
Yeah.
and my friends are like, you should do it. It's such a good message. And I'm like, you got to be careful though, right? Like I'm not trying to,
Well,
virtue sig, So I'm like,
well, you
you
know
know,
what? Like you said, hospice. I unfortunately, my dad was in the hospice before he passed away.
oh,
Um, and
sorry.
I know, like, with my experience, I could have used, a
Yep.
meal to eat when you're there, like
Yep.
throughout the night, and you're not eating, and you're just
Yep.
filled with anxiety, you're filled with sadness, you're filled with
Yep.
everything, and the last thing you're thinking of is yourself, you know, to
Agreed.
even remember to eat. Like the nurses would say, "Have you eaten?" I don't remember the last time I ate. Like it was
Yeah.
probably and but there was no offer to go get me something. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
they're busy doing their job.
Yep.
And
100%.
but yeah, that certainly I would have appreciated that, that's for sure. So good on you for doing that because the families there need that support, you know.
Well, I'll tell you the one story, and it's only to just tell a story. No, and it put a lot in perspective for me. I actually came out of there like I started crying, like I had a
Yeah.
ball in my throat, but
Oh,
not
yeah.
for a bad reason. It was just overwhelming, like because you don't realize it because you're in it. Hey, here you go,
Yeah.
man, and it was a story where, so I brought in a bunch of food for the staff, but I thought
Yeah.
I'll bring extra. And it was just to say, hey, thanks. We know you
Yeah.
got your job is important. Let me make a meal for you guys today.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll bring in some extra. So two things happened that day. And this happens all the time when we cater, by the way. So I
Yeah.
bring the food in and I take the foil off. And it's like, you remember those old cartoons with the steam that goes over and then like
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny will come
Yeah.
floating over, right? It's just like that. You take the covers off and everybody's head starts to turn. They're like,
Yeah.
what's that smell? And so so I get there and same thing. I pull the covers off. And now keep in mind, a lot of the families had already had food.
Oh,
But I thought I'm going to bring a bunch of extra because I'll leave extra for the families who didn't get a chance to eat, maybe at lunch or whatever.
yeah.
So they all start coming around the corner. They're like, what's that? Like, that smells really good. And this young gentleman, they all start serving, and this young gentleman comes in, and his he's in a wheelchair, and he's got the food in his lap, and his brother's pushing him behind with he's got a plate of food too, and he's smiling ear to ear, and he comes up, and he's like, geez, and I'm going to be honest, this guy did not look good.
Yeah.
And he was just smiling away and he's like, thank you so much for doing this. And I said, hey, no problem, man, enjoy. And then he went back, and then after, the same brother came over to me and he said, I got to tell you something, that's the first time I've seen him smile in months.
Aw.
And Barb is like his absolute favorite thing in the world.
Aw.
And that's what got me right there. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you're welcome. And then I went out and packed up and I sat in the truck in the parking lot, and I was just like, whoa, like it just kind of hit me. It was like you just made that guy's day, right?
Yeah.
And really that's what it's about. Good food,
Yeah.
good people, soul food, right?
Yeah.
So,
And to remember that acts of kindness are such a good thing to do.
oh yeah.
If you can do an act of kindness like you did and you do with like the
Yeah.
hospice and what have you, those things mean so much. You know, it's an overwhelming feeling when you can bring happiness to somebody in need, you
Yeah.
know, and
Agreed.
I mean, I wish for one day where people can do an act of kindness a day, you know, that,
Doesn't have to be anything big, just
right.
a little
Yeah.
something, just
Just a little
one
something.
thing.
Yeah. Even a
Yeah,
smile,
one thing
make a
can turn a
point of
person's day.
smiling at somebody. Yeah. You know,
I've tried to be understanding because I can be that guy in the car where, and this has been a long time coming because you're in the car and somebody's going slow and you just
yeah.
feel the blood boiling, right? And I try to remember, I'm like, maybe this person just got some really bad news, and
Yeah.
and like we've all been there. Or if somebody, and this is what I say to myself and I giggle every time, if you see somebody like kind of driving erratically and you're like, God, what a jerk. I'm like, wow,
Oh.
maybe they got to poop, you know.
Ah, that's awesome.
We've all been there, right?
Yeah. My husband had one of those in front of him yesterday.
Oh.
I'll have to tell him that today. Maybe
Yeah,
that
and
was
you'll
his
giggle it.
problem.
You'll giggle every time. I'm like, maybe that guy's fighting a battle you don't know, right? Like, and he's probably losing if he's
Yeah.
speeding. So,
Oh, Ryan, this has been awesome. Totally awesome.
oh,
Needed
thank you.
those
Yeah.
laughs, man. That's great.
Uh,
Well, it's been a pleasure having you on today.
yeah, you
And
too.
yeah, I wish I could have you back. Hopefully we can plan
Anytime.
something for
Yeah,
next year or for next
sure.
season, sorry.
Yeah,
And I'd love to hear how everything's progressed and how you're
absolutely.
doing with everything. So that'd be great.
Yeah, thank you.
So
And yeah, March, let's
yes,
hook
for
up in March
sure.
there and I'll give you some stuff to try. So,
I will for sure. Yeah, we'll talk offline here and
yeah.
so you have a lovely day. It's been a
You
pleasure
too.
and we'll see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you to our listeners for joining us at the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast. We would like to take this time to thank our sponsors for their continued support. Nirvana 101, Trinity Empowerment Center, Red Haven Healing, Summers Light Markets and Events, Fernbury Collective, Ram Tough Property Maintenance, Lynette Waltham Energy, Your Waves Radiant Energy Empowerment Clinic, Brandy Music Publishing Canada, Wildcat Hills Records Canada, Divine Guidance Personal Empowerment with Dale and Jean Hogue, Soul Sanctuary Lounge, Krylo Crystal Creations, Bonnie Cypriot Psychic Medium and Author, Burke Virtual Assistant Agency and Transformational Retreats in Cypress Hills, Saskatchewan. Your contributions help us bring meaningful conversations, inspiring stories and soulful perspectives to our community. We are extremely grateful and look forward to a wonderful Season 3.